Well, Mayor Olivia Chow is busy in the nation's capital, meeting with Prime Minister Carney and the new federal government, addressing the priorities for Toronto.
And she's joining us live here on CP24 Breakfast this morning from Ottawa, ahead of what I have to assume Mayor Chow is one of the first mayors in the country to meet with Prime Minister Carney one-on-one after he's been sworn in and as Parliament has resumed. What are the priorities you're going to be asking the Prime Minister about today, and what sort of reception are you expecting in terms of helping Toronto out in this moment right now?
Well, good morning. Well, Prime Minister Carney said he's committed to building 500,000 homes faster, and we have a program for him. So let us partner together and build more homes faster and making life more affordable for folks. The second piece is he also wants to build, right? Remember, he said build, build, build. So we're ready to build, especially public transit. Waterfront LRT, the Eglinton East, the Scarborough LRT, that would really help Scarborough. So we're going to talk about infrastructure plans. It's good for the planet, it's good for easing congestion, and it supports building even more homes in that area. So those are the two top priorities that I have. And also, making sure that parents have a life a bit better, that we have really good food in schools for kids. Mm-hmm. Because if you're hungry, you can't learn.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Mayor Chow, the city is dealing with a $1.5 billion deficit. Do you expect to get any kind of commitments or assurances from Ottawa and the federal government to help out with that?
Well, that's a bit early for me to just say, hey, head over some money. No, yeah. I think what we're going to do is to say that invest in the infrastructure, and what we can do is to build affordable homes together. The City of Toronto already have a housing incentive program where we defer or even exempt development charges, but in exchange that the home builders needs to build 20% of the housing that's being built has to be affordable. If not, in the last several decades, we built a lot of condominiums, for example, but they're not at all affordable. So I think affordability is really important, but it may take about a year plus for the federal government to set up a public builder, because he said, oh, the federal government is back in the housing business, which is great. We've been waiting for that for 3 decades. So he's finally doing it, and it's historical, but it'll take a while to ramp up. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to say is that in the meantime, while you're ramping that up, with your budget coming in the fall, in the meantime, there's a whole lot of things we can do to partner with you so that we could do the building housing and giving rent supplement right now. We can help people right now. So I'm presenting him with a plan on how to start now, not wait till the budget comes in the fall.
Okay, and of course, coming down the pipe next year, Mayor Chow, we have the World Cup, and of course, City Council got thrown a bit of a curveball last week when it seemed like the provincial funding may not add up to as much as you were expecting. There may be some sort of $40 million shortfall now. I know the feds have committed already some funding towards the World Cup, but are you going to be asking Mark Carney more about that? And also, on a provincially related situation, one of Premier Doug Ford's priorities is tunneling under the 401. Where is that priority for you and the city?
World Cup is important. The federal government already have provided a third of their funding. We're very grateful. What we might do is to say, hey, on the security side, because security cost is about a third of the entire $380 million, that maybe they can help out. Our CMP can help out, but I wouldn't go and ask for hard cash because that's not fair. If he wants to volunteer for that, that's fine. But as to the tunnel, that's really up to Premier Ford and the federal government. I just know that I want public transit. I want to see our subway station upgraded. And hey, by the way, the finance minister, which I'm meeting tomorrow, helped us make sure that Rogers can now doing the data so that even if when we're in the tunnel, we can use our cell phone, right? And he and I made that deal last year, and it's now being installed. So he and I had a very good working relationship. So in terms of priorities, infrastructure priorities is still public transit, subway stations, the cars coming, subway cars. Let's get that order in. Thank you. I'm going to thank them for the commitment. But we need to build new ones because our city is growing so much. I can't just go and build housing if people are stuck in traffic. And the waterfront is bad enough already. We're putting in 100,000 people down all of that area. How are they going to move in and out of the area? So we need the waterfront LRT pronto.
Yeah, and almost every week we report on subway track work, and the less people can use public transit, the more that creates congestion on our roads. It's all related. Mayor Olivia Chow, appreciate your time this morning and have a good rest of your trip in Ottawa. Thank you.
Thank you so much.